Hello and welcome to chair yoga. So chair yoga is a form of yoga which is accessible for just about everyone. So if you find standing up for too long a time is exhausting, then this is a lovely way of still stretching and using all your body, the whole range of movement. Please be mindful of any operations or medical conditions that you might have. So if it hurts, don't do it. It's a simple rule of thumb. Because it's a video and I can't see you, I can't help you with any adjustments or anything. So just see what I do and try it, but do it within your capabilities. So if you could do 100%, I only want you to do 75%. So it's not overdoing it, but still is enjoying a bit of a stretch. So being mindful of all of that, what you need to get first is clothing that's just you can move in. That's all it needs to be. Just something that you can manage to move your body in and feel comfortable, that's not restrictive. You want a chair. A dining chair is a sort of ideal chair because you don't want sides on it, and you want it at a height where your feet can touch the ground fairly comfortably. You'll notice I'm outside and I've put it on a rug because otherwise the chair legs will start to sink into the grass. So now you've got everything there. What we're going to do is briefly I'll talk about breathing. So when we breathe in yoga, there are all sorts of complicated ways of doing it, but ideally if you could just breathe through your nose. But if your nose is blocked, it's fine, breathe through your mouth. If you just try and keep your jaw relaxed and your lips barely touching, your tongue touches the roof of your mouth, and just breathing in and out through your nose. We try to breathe into our bellies, but again, if you're not used to that, it's fine. Let's just concentrate more on getting some nice stretches. So once you've got your chair, sit towards the front of the chair. So your body bones are on the chair and the top of your thighs are on the chair. But you've got a nice big gap behind you. So to start off with, put your hands on your thighs and draw your hands up your thighs and notice where your shoulder blades go. Your shoulder blades will come in towards your spine, and that's where we want your shoulder blades. If you imagine you had heavy weights in your elbows, they would draw your shoulders down. That's where we want the shoulders, not scrunched up, just dropping down. And imagining there's a golden thread at the top of your head drawing you up. So the head comes up, the chin slightly tucks in. Should almost feel as if your head's floating on top of your neck. So you can put your hands wherever it's comfortable for you to have your hands. And we're going to start with the neck. So keeping your chin as if you were sliding backwards and forwards across the surface. You're going to breathe in and look towards your left. Breathe out and come back to the center and breathe in and look towards the right. Breathe out to center and breathe into the left. Remember, bringing yourself to that 75%. Feel the stretch, but not too much. Out to center, into the right. Making sure your jaw's nice and soft. So to the left. Out to the center, breathing in to the right. Lips gently touching, tongue resting in the roof of your mouth. Head to center. Now allow your chin to drop down to your breastbone and you'll feel a lovely stretch coming up your shoulders. And just take a couple of breaths here and enjoy that stretch. Then with an in-breath, as if there's a heavy weight in the back of your head drops back and you're looking up. And with an out-breath, chin drops down towards your chest. We're breathing in and up. Breathing out and down. Make sure the shoulders stay down. You can manage to breathe into your belly. It just makes a nice big breath. So breathing in and up. And breathing out and down. Bring your head to center. Now you're going to bring your ear towards your shoulder. Try and resist the urge to scrunch the shoulder up. Just allowing the ear to drop from one side up to the center, drop down to the other side. To the center, to the side, to the center, to the side. In and up, out and down. breathing in and up, breathing out and down. Once more to each side. Now we'll work on the shoulders a little bit. So scrunch your shoulders up towards your ears, bring them forward, and then just drop them down. So draw your shoulders up towards your ears, bring them forward, drop them down. Shoulders up towards your ears, forward, drop them down, up to your ears, shoulders forward, drop them down. Now we're going to do it backwards. So it's scrunch your shoulders up to your ears, draw your shoulders back, drop them down. Scrunch your shoulders up to your ears, draw your shoulders back, drop them down. Up towards your ears, draw them back, drop them down. So putting your hands on your shoulders, fingers to the front, thumbs behind. We're going to make circles with our elbows, so it's whatever size circle you can do. So if that's your circle, that's fine. You can do a bigger circle, that's fine. Your body, your yoga. So we're going to breathe in, bring our elbows up, all the way back and down. We're going to do that 4 times. So second time, breathing in as you come up, 3rd time, breathing out as you come down, 1 more time, and then whichever direction you went in, this time you're going to go around in the other direction. So breathing in and up, breathing out and down. It might be that you can get your elbows up high and get your elbows to meet at the front, but it's whatever your elbows can manage today. There's no competition in yoga. And relax your arms down. Straighten your arms out as if your fingers have been drawn from one side to the other. And as you breathe in, it'll look like the thumbs are moving back, but it's the whole of the arms going to rotate backwards. So breathing in, the thumbs are going back, but the whole arm is going back. Breathing out, rotating the thumbs round the other way. So the shoulder joint's getting a good rotation. Breathing in and back. Breathing out and forward. In and back. Out and forward. And relax your hands down. If at any point there is an exercise that you can't do, just skip it. Just watch and wait for the next one. So the next one we're going to do is be opening up the back of our shoulders. So take your right hand and put it under your left armpit. And take your right hand and cross it over. So you're holding your shoulders at the back. And just breathe. Feel your ribs moving as you're breathing. And feel a gentle stretch across the back of your shoulders. Breathing in. And breathing out. Now just lift your elbows up a bit. Release the hands and bring the hands up. So it might be your back of your hands touch, might be the front of your arms touch. This is called eagle arms. It might be that that's where you get to. It's absolutely fine. In time you'll find you'll get a little more extension in movement, or you might find you reach your limit. It's just doing your 75%. And once you've got your arms where you want them, the elbows are coming out towards the front and up, and you'll notice a different stretch in your back. And breathe. Then unravel your arms, and this time the left hand will go under the right armpit, and the right arm will go round, and just see how far back your shoulders you can get. Might be you can hold on to your shoulder blades. And again breathing, and notice the difference between this side to the other side. Feel your breath moving your hands. And releasing your hands, bringing them forward. And maybe you can get the backs of your hands together at this side. Maybe you can get the fronts of your hands together. You'll notice quite a big difference between one side and the other in any yoga pose. So it's elbows out and up. And breathe. And unravel your arms. Then we're going to work on our hands a little bit. So first, just rub your nails together. Just give them a little rub like that. And get your thumbs and your fingertips. Just rub your thumbs and your fingertips. Then scrunch your tight fists. Then stretch your fingers out. Tight fists. Stretch your fingers out. Tight fists. Stretch stretch your fingers out. Curl the fingers down so the fingers come towards the base of the fingers. Doesn't matter if you don't get the whole way down, just bring those down as far as they can comfortably go and release. Scrunch them down and release. Using your index finger from one hand, just gently bending back each finger of the other hand. You might hear a little click every now and again, but remember that's 75%. You're not getting to the point of pain, and it's your body, it's where you feel your limit today, at this moment in time. So each finger's had a little go. Now interlace your fingers and push the palms of your hands away, keeping the fingers interlaced. And maybe push one wrist a little bit further away from the other wrist. And bring your hands together in prayer, and we're just pushing one hand to one side and one hand pushes the other one. Just working the wrists in this direction. Now get hold of your wrist a little bit higher up from your wrist. Make little fists. They're not tight fists, as if you were holding something soft and delicate. And just do circles in one direction. The reason we hold the wrist is so that we keep the wrist, the upper arm still, so all the movement happens within the wrist and in the other direction. Now swap over, do it with the other hand. A light fist, holding above the wrist, movements in one direction, and movements in the other direction. And release. Now we're going to do one that's called cat-cow. Anchor your hands on your thighs and keep the elbows tucked into the side. As you breathe in, you draw the chest forward and you tip forward from your pelvis. Draw your chest forward. That's your cow. And your cat is you're curving the back, so you're tipping the pelvis back, so the arms start to straighten, and you curl forward and look down towards your belly button. So breathing in, elbows tucked in at the side, elbows bend as you draw through, you're getting a curve on the back, and you look up. And breathing out. This is like a hissing cat. So breathing in, drawing the chest forward. Remembering to keep that breath nice and soft and gentle through the nose if you can. And breathing out. Looking towards the bottom. Breathing in and forward. Breathing out and back. And it's wherever your cat-cow is. It might just be that you're managing a small bend. It's lovely. It's your range of movement. It's your 75% that we're going for. So now we're going to do a little bit of a twist. So put your left hand onto your right thigh and bring your right hand either to the side of the chair, or if it's accessible to you, bring it round to the back of the chair. It's important when we do twists that we get length in our spine, so we're not crushing the spine down. So we always breathe in first, so those vertebrae get space, and then it gives you allows you to twist. So hand wherever you want it with your twist. Breathe in and get the height first. Then as you breathe out, you can use your hand at the back and your hand on your thigh to draw yourself round, and you can bring your head round and look over behind. And breathe. And gently unwind from posture. And we'll do it at the other side. And just notice how far you got on one side and see how it is from the other side. So this time I'm going right hand onto left thigh. Don't worry about your rights and lefts. We always do everything at the other side. So bring your hand to the side of the chair. Maybe you get a little twist, or bringing it behind you. Now remember to get the height first. So breathe in and up. Get your height. That golden thread, drawing your head up. Your head balancing on your neck. And as you breathe out, just gently twisting round. And release. centre. Now you've been holding onto either the bottom of the chair, or depending what your chair looks like, whether you can hold onto the back of the chair, making sure you're well balanced. You might find it's nice to have your chair jammed against a wall if you're worried the chair's going to slide. Holding onto it and just drawing your chest forward, and this allows to have a nice stretch of the shoulders, because just your body weight's coming forward and you're holding on. And release. Right, we're going to do some what's called sun salutations, chair-based sun salutations. So your feet can just be a comfortable sort of hip width apart. So I'll go through it nice and slowly, and we can just breathe as we want, but each movement is linked with a breath. So we'll do it slowly so you can breathe in between, but then I will give you a cue on the movement of whether the breath is in and out, or in or out. So to start off with, take a breath in. As we breathe out, we bring our hands to prayer. So the thumbs are on the breastbone, and it's wherever the elbows go. If they're dripping down, that's fine. If they're going out to the side, that's fine. Pressing the palms together. Then on an in-breath, you'll draw your hands up and look up towards them. You can have your hands together and be looking up, or you can have your hands apart and you don't have to look up. You can stay looking forward. It really doesn't matter. So it's finding yours, but make sure you're not scrunching your shoulders up. Make sure those shoulders stay down and the movement is coming from the arms. Now on an out breath, we're going to fold forward as far as is comfortable for you. So breathing out, folding forward. Now it might be that's your fold forward, it's fine. It might be your fold forward, you can get your hands to the ground. And then on an in-breath, from wherever you were, just come halfway up, drawing the chest through and looking up. Then on an out-breath, bring yourself to sitting up and raise your right knee and give it a hug. Now, you can either hug the knee in tight, or it might be that you just interlace your fingers under your thigh, and that's as high as your thigh is going to go today. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. And then on an in-breath, releasing the leg, drawing your arms up over your head. Again, you can either look up or not. Make sure those shoulders don't sneak up. And then on an out-breath, your forward fold. And then on an in-breath, coming up your halfway. And on an out-breath, it's the other leg, the left leg now, either under the thigh, lift it up a little bit, or around the shin, drawing it up. But try and keep your body upright. Try and avoid doing this. Try and keep your body upright and hug that knee in or hold it underneath the thigh. That's on an out-breath. So when we take our next in-breath, we'll release the leg, bring the arms up, looking up if you like, and breathing out. Bring our arms down to the side. So that's a seated sun salutation. So we'll go through that once more, but I'll do it more with the breath, less chat in between. So breathing in, breathing out, bring your hands to prayer. Deep breath in, raising the arms up. And as you breathe out, folding forward. Breathe in to halfway. Breathing out, raising your right leg, hugging it in. Breathing in, releasing the leg, bringing your arms up. Breathing out, folding forward. Breathing into halfway. Breathing out, hugging your left leg. Breathing in, bring your arms up. Breathing out, bring your arms back to center. There we go. So that's your sun salutations. We're going to do some single leg raises now. So it's keeping the bottom on the edge of your chair. And we're going to have your legs as straight as you can manage. If you hold onto the side, that'll give you some stability. And we're going to raise each leg up at a time. I'll give the counting for lifting up. It's how high your leg gets. It might be that's your leg raise. It might be that's your leg raise. You might have done ballet and your leg raise might be up there. So, starting with the right leg, raise it up. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Lower it down. So try and lower it rather than just thumping it down. So left leg, raise it up. Hold, 2, 3, 4. And gently put it down. Right leg, up, 2, 3, 4. And gently down. Left leg, up, 2, 3, 4. gently down. Right leg up, 2, 3, 4, and down. Left leg up, 2, 3, 4, and down. Right, now if you just bring your legs a little bit wide, whatever your wide is, and you're perched on the edge. Now this is, make sure that chair isn't going to go anywhere. So we're going to fold forward as far as is comfortable for you, and then we're going to fold over each leg. So we breathe in to get the length in our spine, and we're moving from the pelvis. So your hip bone sits in your pelvis, and that pelvis is rotating over the hip bone. So it's not crunching forward with your back. So we're breathing in and breathing out, and just slide forward. Don't slide too far because you'll end up falling off your chair. And then just looking towards your right leg, and just gently come a little bit over that right leg. Breathe in back to centre, and then turn over the left leg. And raising yourself back up. So now this time we're going to keep our feet together and our knees together. And we're going to do a chair twist. So it might be that you can't get your elbow to the other side of your knee. As long as your thumbs are towards your breastbone and you get a bit of a twist, that's what counts. It's not where we end up, it's what we do while we're getting there. So it's not about getting that elbow to the other side of your knee, but if it's accessible to you, you're going to breathe in and up, breathe out, get the twist, bring the elbow to the other side of the knee. Now you can use the hands to press and maybe get to your 75%. Try to allow the thumbs to stay at the breastbone, not wander away, and if that top elbow can face up, and you can look up towards the sky. And release. And now we'll do it at the other side. With twists, you very much find one side is much more accessible than the other. So this time, left elbow over knee. I quite often hook the elbow first, then bring the hands in. And looking up. And release. So we're going to do a little warriors. So the warriors are the classic famous one where it looks like you're holding a ball. So if you can, sit sideways on your chair and have the right thigh and half the right thigh and the buttock on the chair, and the left thigh behind, the leg straight and that at an angle, the ankles underneath your knee. If that's not accessible for you, it's absolutely fine to just be slightly twisted to the side. Maybe keeping both bottom bones on and even a bit of the thigh, and just twisting a little bit. So work out where you feel comfortable and stable with your legs first. If you're going for the full one, make sure the knee and the ankle are underneath each other, and aiming to get that leg straight, but don't worry if it's got a bit of a bend into it. So first, moving the shoulders pointing forward, and raise your arms up. This is called Warrior One. You can bring your hands together, or you can have your hands apart. You can look up, or you can just look straight ahead. And breathe. Try not to let the shoulders scrunch up. Remember to keep those shoulders down. Now we're going to split the arms. The right arm comes forward, the left arm comes back. This is Warrior Two. Look behind that arm and see whether it's wandered off somewhere. The idea is to have the body upright and the arms sticking out straight. This is Warrior Two. And we look down, that middle finger at the front. So it's the bent knee, that hand's the one that's out straight. And breathe. If that's really too uncomfortable for your arms, you can just move your arms and hold them down, just move your shoulders. We're now going to do a reverse warrior. So the back hand drops down onto the thigh or onto the waist, and the right arm comes up as far as it can comfortably go. So it might be that this hand can slide down and reach quite far down. It might be that this is too uncomfortable for you, in which case just put your hand on your waist. That's absolutely fine. We're just getting a bit of a curve in the spine in that direction. And you can look down towards the foot. So adapting it to fit your body and how you feel today. And bring yourself upright and bring your forearm onto your thigh with the palm facing up. Raise this arm up and stretch it. So you're pressing on the outside of that foot and stretching up. Or it might be you're just going to keep your hand on your hip, on your waist, and open your shoulder up. Then breathe into center, and then we'll do that on the other side. So again, finding where is comfortable for your legs, whether you're more comfortable like this, or whether you've got that bent, or whether you've got that straight. It's whatever suits you. The chest and the pelvis point towards the front. Keep the body upright, breathing in, draw the arms up, looking up, your warrior. Shoulders down, and breathe. Then release your arms, so the left arm stretching forward over that bent knee, and the right arm stretching behind. Look behind it, keeping the body upright, looking over that middle finger. This is warrior two. Now allow that right hand, so it's that back leg, to drop down, and the left arm come up. And see where you get with this one. It might be that you prefer to keep that arm that's stretched over at your waist. It might be that you think, yep, I can drop that over and slide that hand down. If you're finding it super easy and you want to just get a little more lift, you can hold onto the wrist and lift yourself out of your waist a little bit more. And breathe, and then rotate the arms, bringing the upper arm on the thigh, palm facing up, pushing into the outer of the foot, stretching up, and looking underneath the armpit. And come back to center. So we'll just finish off with a very simple working on the ankles a little bit and the pigeon. So dropping your feet out and aiming to get the soles of your feet together, and the knees are dropping out. Cobbler pose or butterfly. So we're just working a little bit on the ankles and opening up with the hips. And come back to center. Now, pigeon, you have a choice. You can cross at the ankle and allow that thigh to drop out, or if it's accessible to you, you bring the ankle up onto the knee, and that gently, just put your hand on that knee, just allowing the weight of the hand just to explore your 75%. And release. So the same at the other side. You can just cross your ankles and get that hip just gently drop out, or you can bring your ankle up onto your knee and just allow that knee to drop down. And then uncross the legs. And just close your eyes for a moment, rest your hands wherever it's comfortable, and just see how your body feels now after doing that little chair yoga sequence, just stretching and exploring the range of movement in your body. And in the tradition of yoga, I'll say goodbye by saying namaste. Namaste. Thank you.